What are the 10 most expensive artworks of all time? I mean, are they going to be medieval or perhaps Renaissance artworks that were painted a long time ago by masters? Or are they going to be recent and probably a little subpar in quality compared because they're avant-garde and thought-provoking? All of this will be answered and more in this episode of the 10 most expensive artworks. It's going to be the only episode of it, really, though. This video, by the way, is brought to you by Mrs. Jazza's PowerPoint skills and research expertise and Skillshare. Just full disclosure, I haven't seen any of these. So these are going to be as much of a surprise to me as they are to you. Oh, look at these animations. Well done. Number 10. Really? What's she saying? Why, Brad, darling, this painting is a masterpiece. My, soon you'll have all of New York clamoring for your work. So I feel like it's sold for a lot because of irony. Because its price makes a statement about the artwork. Okay, now we're going to find out who made this artwork. There you go. Ooh, nice animation. The artist is Roy Lichtenstein. Roy Fox Lichtenstein was an American pop artist who became a leading figure in the new art movement. His work defined the premise of pop art through parody. So this artwork is a very expensive parody. So now it comes to the price. I'm gonna guess $20 million. No! We're starting at $165 million. For that, Masterpiece was part of Lichtenstein's first exhibition at the Ferru Gallery in Los Angeles. And in January 2017, Agnes Gund sold the 1962 painting for $165 million. The proceeds of the sale of this piece would be used to start a fund for criminal justice reform called the Art for Justice Fund. All right, that justifies it a little bit. $165 million for justice. On to number 9. There goes family friendliness, guys. It's art. There's boobs. Nu couche. I'm assuming that's French for new cushion. Clue, the artist is Amedeo Modigliani. I can't even pronounce the artist's name.
Pronouncenames.com.
Modigliani.
Amedeo Clemente Modigliani. He was an Italian Jewish painter and sculptor who worked mainly in France. Known for his portraits and nudes in a modern style characterized by the elongation of faces, necks, and figures that were not received well during his lifetime but later found acceptance. Alright, so this piece, I'm just gonna have to say $200 million. Oh, okay, no, we're not. I jumped too high. $170 million. Nu couche, also known in English as red nude. Oh, I thought it was new cushions. In 1917 oil on canvas painting. The purchaser was Chinese businessman Liu Yiquan. I can't pronounce names. Liu Yiquan. That. Moving on, number 8. Les Femmes d'Alger. Oh, it's a Picasso. Okay, well that makes sense why this is going to be expensive. Pablo Ruiz Picasso was a Spanish painter and sculptor, poet and playwright who spent most of his adult life in France, regarded as one of the most influential artists of the 20th century. I'm going to guess 190 million. This one sold for, see, I'm still jumping too high. So this painting is one among a series of similar paintings and drawings by the artist. The entire series was bought by Victor and Sally Gans from the gallery Louise Leries. I'm not going to pronounce anything well in this video, just accept that. Number 7, the pendant portraits of Martin Sulzmann and Upenkop. What is this, all the weird names? Why can't they all have normal names, like Jerry? Wait, this is a note from Kate. Do you remember these guys? We have seen them before. We have seen them before. It's by artist. You can't progress until I remember this name. Rembrandt! I was doing it for a reason. The worst thing is when you got the letter and you're like, it's... Did you guys see the exhibit? Yeah, we went to the exhibit. All right, I'm gonna guess that these together sold for $200 million. No! It's barely moving! Rembrandt Harmensen van Riersen. Rembrandt's portraits of his contemporaries and self-portraits and illustrations and scenes from the Bible are regarded as his greatest, most creative triumphs. It was sold through the Christie's private sales channel, the first ever joint acquisition of 2 exceptional Rembrandt pieces, bought for 160 million euros, 80 million euros each. $180 million. It's a lot of money. Number 6. Oh no, one of these. You know the paintings that look like a whole lot of nothing and you think, why the hell did someone buy it for that much or sell it for that much? Artist is Mark Rothko, an American painter of Lithuanian Jewish descent. Although Rothko himself refused to adhere to any art movement, he's generally identified as an abstract expressionist. All right, hit me with it. How much did the body cost? 186. Alright, Wikipedia, tell me something about this artwork that will make that price seem justifiable. Number 6. The painting by Mark Rothko was painted in 1951 in common with Rothko's other works from this period. Number 6 consists of large expanses of colour delineated by uneven hazy shades. Is that all there is on this thing? No meaning or anything? It's not like he painted with the red of his blood that he mixed into the pigment from the day his mother died? Nothing that gives this meaning? That's all the Wikipedia article says on it. This is a painting by Mark Rothko. Let's hope. Number 5 required some talent. Ah! Who has so much money to waste it on this crap? I could paint that. In fact, I feel something coming up. See? I told you. See, I painted it. Jackson Pollock was an American painter and major figure of the abstract expressionist movement. He's mainly noted for his technique of pouring or splashing liquid household paint onto a horizontal surface. That's not a technique! A recluse and volatile personality, Pollock struggled with alcoholism for most of his life, and he married artist Lee Kranzer, who became an important influence on his career and on his legacy. I'm gonna guess $200 million? Yay! Well done, who the hell bought that? It was just a private purchase. It spoke to someone. Seems like the higher in the list we get, and the more expensive the artworks are, the less talent they seem to require. There's just a moral compass in me and many of you that knows that something of value should have required skill, and usually, mostly, it does. Which is why I'm proud that Skillshare have sponsored this video, because if you do want to be a professional artist or illustrator or animator or designer or writer, there are so many courses on Skillshare with over 30,000 classes in all of those things and loads more. And Skillshare is one of the best ways that you can learn new mediums or areas that you're already experienced in, but you want someone who has professional experience or a career in that area who can guide you. I have a couple of classes myself you might enjoy to get started. One on how to be a YouTuber, which actually brings me to another amazing part of Skillshare, which is that you can be paid as a teacher on Skillshare, and you can make your own supplementary income from having people watch your Skillshare courses or signing up referrals that you create. Go check out Skillshare, and the first 500 people to use the link will get 2 months of premium Skillshare membership absolutely free. Membership is only $10 a month, which when you consider attending classes or paying for a mentor or teacher is a huge saving. And with so many resources and classes and teachers at your fingertips at all times, Skillshare is an amazing place for you to check out. I recommend to check out with the link in the description, and a huge thank you to Skillshare for sponsoring this video. Oh, I felt so at ease talking about competency and skill. Now I'm talking about... I really hope number 4 is going to be a little more. Just a little more. Not just money, just more justified, please. Oh, it's better. This piece is called Nafea Fau Ipo. Artist of this one was... Oh, you just gave away the price! Hey, you messed up the order. $210 million. Eugene Cogan was a French post-impressionist artist, unappreciated until after his death. Cogan is now recognized for his experimental use of color and synthetist style that were distinct from Impressionism. Gauguin's art was influential to the French avant-garde and many modern artists such as Pablo Picasso and Henri Matisse. In 1892, this piece became the 3rd most expensive painting ever sold at the time, and apparently the buyer was believed to be Qatar museums. Number 3, the card players. It's Cézanne, that's how you pronounce it. Cézanne is said to have formed a bridge between the late 19th century Impressionism and the early 20th century's new line of artistic inquiry. Cézanne's often repetitive, exploratory brushstrokes are highly characteristic and clearly recognizable. I didn't recognize it, but I'm an uncultured walnut. Both Matisse and Picasso are said to have remarked that Cézanne is the father of us all. Okay, well that adds a little more depth to this painting, which I'm going to guess cost $230 million. $250 million! The Card Players is a series of oil paintings painted during Cézanne's final period in the early 1890s. Sold in 2011 to the royal family of Qatar. Qatar? Again? Why does Qatar have all this money for paintings? Number 2. No! Not back to this. Willem de Kooning was a Dutch-American abstract expressionist artist who was born in Rotterdam. He was one of the most well-known artists of the 20th century. I'm going to guess this one sold for $270 million. $300 million. Why? Thought there would be at least some like Renaissance stuff in here. Too much for that. Yuck. The number one most expensive. Okay. Oh, thank you, Jesus, for saving the day. Salvator Mundi. This was painted by Leonardo da Vinci, but it's attributed to Leonardo da Vinci. You would think it would be more expensive if you knew it was by Leonardo da Vinci. In English, the piece is titled Saviour of the World. The painting sold at auction for, I'm going to guess, $320. $450? Wow! $450, and they didn't even bloody well know it was Leonardo da bloody Vinci. It was could have been his intern. There's a photograph that shows that his appearance has been altered. It might not even be the original. I guess the moral of the story of this video is value is entirely subjective and relative, and also often extremely depressing and seemingly unjustified. And that's the end of the slideshow presentation. We're every round of applause in the comments. I hope you enjoyed the experience. I mean, I enjoy the feeling of hurt and pain, as you know in many of my videos, and this video is no different. If you did enjoy this video and learned a couple of things along the way, make sure to hit that like button so other people can enjoy it too, and subscribe for more fun with art and creativity. Otherwise, there are more videos over there you might enjoy, so go check them out while you're hanging around the channel and joining in the arty party. That's it for now. Thank you so much for watching, and until next time, I'll see you later.